On page 4 of our practice test, we're given, or we're not given, I want to find the value of x that would make A and B being parallel. Well, notice these are alternate exterior angles. So in order for the lines to be parallel, they have to be equal. So we're going to say 229 minus 4x equals 6x minus 13. So to solve this, I think I would add 4x to both sides. At the same time, I think I'll add 13 to both sides. So 229 plus 13 would be 242. 6x plus 4x would be 10x. I'll divide both sides by 10. And x equals 24.2. On number 8, I want to find the distance between these parallel lines. I think what I'll do is I'll graph these on Desmos just so I can visualize. You still got to show your work. Desmos will not give you the answer, and I don't expect you to see just a numerical answer on your test. But you can use Desmos for this part. So y equals negative 1/4 x plus 2. So let's pull up that, and I'll make a new graph here. So I'll do y equals negative 1/4 x plus 2. There's my first line. And then I notice the other one is negative 1/4 x minus 9/4. So y equals, whoops, get out of there. Y equals 1/4 x minus 9/4. Just use a division sign. And y is that, oh, because I got x. It's supposed to be y. There we go. Now, and I forgot my negative sign. Wow. There we go. We got parallel lines. Now what I want to do is I want to find the distance between these two lines. So this is where we have to do a little bit of work algebraically. I know the slope of my line is negative 1/4 x. Or negative 1/4. I don't need the x. So I know the perpendicular slope is going to be 4. And so my new line that's going to be perpendicular is y equals 4x. Now I want to cross my line. I don't care which one you use, but notice on both of these I know my y-intercept. I'm going to use 2. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to use 2. So y equals 4x plus 2. So I want to graph that so I can see where they cross. So y equals 4x plus 2. Notice my green line crosses exactly where I thought it was going to cross. It crosses here at 0 and 2. It crosses my other line at negative 1 and negative 2. So that's the 2 points I want to find the distance between. So I want to find the distance between 0, 2 and negative 1, negative 2. So let's do the distance. I'll say negative 1 minus 0 squared plus negative 2 minus 2 squared. Well, negative 1 minus 0 is negative 1 plus negative 4. So I'll get 1 plus 16, which gives us my answer of square root of 17. Maybe I should write that down. There we go. That's the work I want to see. Yes, you can use Desmos, but I don't want to just see square root of 17. I want to see the answer. I want to see the equation you graphed. You still can put this on Desmos, but I want to see your work. Okay, we'll do the same thing on number 19, except now instead of doing a point and a line, we're going to do instead of doing 2 lines, we're going to do a point to a line. Theoretically should be easier. So let's take a look at, let's graph negative 6x minus 3y equals 9. And the nice thing about decimals, you don't have to put it in slope-intercept form, although we might eventually do it anyway. But we'll type that in. So negative 6x minus 3y equals 9. There's my equation. And then let's graph 3, 1. So I'm going to go over 3 and up 1. Now I want to find the distance between that point and my line. Well, I need to find the slope of my line then, don't I? So, although you could graph this in any form, in order to find the slope, you have to get y by itself. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to add 6x to both sides. So you can get negative 3y equals 6x plus 9. I'm going to divide everything by negative 3. So y equals negative 2x minus 3. I really don't care about the negative 2. What I want is my slope. So I know my slope is going to be negative 2. Perpendicular slope would be 1/2. I want it to go through the point 3, 1. I think I'll write this in point slope form. And like I said, if I have to convert it, I have to convert it. But I'll go y minus 1 equals 1/2 times x minus 3. Let's graph that. Y minus 1 equals 1/2 parentheses x minus 3. I did not do that right. Y minus 1 equals 1/2 x minus 3. Did I type that in right? Oh, I put a dot in there. Minus 3. There we go. Now, you see how it crosses my line or my point? My point I know is at 3 and 1. I'm interested, it crosses at negative 1 and negative 1. So I don't have to find 2 points. I already got 1 point. So I want to find the distance between 3, 1 and negative 1, negative 1. Now I'm going to go through that whole rigmarole that I did before. So I'm going to go negative 1 minus 3 squared plus negative 1 minus 1 squared. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4 squared. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2 squared. Then I get 16 plus 4. I get the square root of 20. Now the square root of 20 is the correct answer. But I want you to simplify it. So you go, what goes into 20? Well, the square root of 4 and the square root of 5 go into 20. And the square root of 4, I know, is 2. So you get 2 radical 5 for your answer. That's going back from algebra 1, simplifying those radicals.